One electronic item per tray? Sure, no problem. Long-time lurker. First-time poster. English not first language. You guys know the drill. This happened yesterday, as I was returning home from a 2-week trip to Germany. The final leg of the flight departed from Paris, where I had this lovely interaction with the agents whom, despite me knowing are not TSA, I still refer to as TSA in my mind. While going through security in the airport, I know the drill. Belts off, jacket off, take the laptop off my bag. So I submit to the X-ray 4 trays. One with my carry-on, one with my laptop by itself, one with my belt, watch and jacket, and one with my personal item. Think a fanny pack. I'm randomly selected for further screening. I have a Lebanese last name and a beard. I'm always randomly selected for further screening. And the agent berates me for putting all my electronics together. I point out that I took my laptop out of the bag, as per standard procedure. And the agent says, screaming at me, mind you, that is not enough. I must take out every electronic device from my carry-on and put each of them in an individual tray. And I'm being sent to the back of the line to do so. Here comes the malicious compliance. There are 2 things this French TSA agent is unaware of. The first thing is that I'm a videographer by trade and I was in Europe to cover an event. Spiel. With video footage and interviews. The second thing is that Air France changed my flight times so my 2 hours layover became a 10 hours layover, which I'm not particularly happy about. So I'm being sent back to the end of the line and I have to submit each electronic item. Individually? Sure. No complaints from me. 2 camera bodies. 1 drone. 1 GoPro. 4 lenses. 9 batteries and 2 lavalier microphones later. There is no more space in the treadmill. People behind me are complaining they will miss their flight because I'm taking so long. There's nothing I can do. I'm just following the orders I received. And at this point, I only unpacked my photography vest and fanny pack. The treadmill starts moving. Some space clears up to put additional trays. And that's when I open my carry-on bag. Again, I'm in Europe for work. I didn't bring any nice clothes or shoes or anything. All my personal effects are in the checked-in luggage. The carry-on is filled exclusively with electronics. I still have 4 microphones, 2 recorders, lights, additional lenses, battery chargers, video monitors, audio monitors, drone controllers. Once I open my carry-on, it's very clear for everyone within eyesight that I'm not even 1/3 of the way done. 1 electronic per tray? Sure thing. I'll just occupy this entire checkpoint by myself. Then, the people behind me in line are literally jumping and screaming about their missed flight to the point the security agents leave their posts to control the line. Someone in a non-uniform suit appears and talks to the agent who sent me to the back of the line. That's when the unthinkable happened. The agent comes to me and says there would be no need for me to continue separating my electronics. And I could just submit my entire carry-on bag as a single item and they'd examine it further if it seemed necessary. You sure? I asked, because it's no bother at all. I can keep unpacking here all day long. They insist it's not necessary. But I still have over 20 trays at this point occupying the treadmill. I go through the metal detector. I spend some minutes recovering and repacking everything. And based on the amount of fuming passengers, I like to think I contributed to Charles de Gaulle reviewing their stance on X-raying individual electronics. I'm almost always, randomly, selected for extra screening in most of the airports I have been. This particular experience was in Paris too, but I can't remember if this happened at Orly or at Charles de Gaulle Airport. I probably came through the wrong end of the airport or whatever the fuck it was. But I ended up going multiple security checkpoint. 4, 5, 6? I don't know. And every single time I was told the same BS that I was randomly selected. Sure man. Whatever, just finished going through my shit so I can leave. You understand it is for everyone's safety. Yes? I mean, you can check me and my stuff as often as you want. But it would be nice to start calling it for what it is. Because the chances of this bin at random are pretty low. Anyways, good for you. I love this. It reminds me of the trope in movies or books when someone has to disarm before entering a building. And they keep pulling more and more weapons out to the point you wonder if there's an end. Tears of joy. Bravo. Sucks for the people behind you, but you were just doing what you were told to do. It's up to the workers to manage the line and timing. Glad the higher up came over and realized what you were told to do was stupid and was clearly not working, and it went in your favor. And love how you said, I can keep unpacking all day. I would have said that with a lovely sincere smile so not to piss anyone off and make anything worse, but we all know what that means and what is implied. This exact experience is why the 1996 Olympic security was slow for the first half of the first day. And then it was a perfunctory joke after that. We had orders to check every pocket and pouch of every photographer's bag and diaper bag, and then, around noon, suddenly they changed the policy to only investigate if something is suspicious, even after the bombing. We didn't follow the original policy. Once, I was talking to a few fellow passengers while waiting in line for TSA at the worst airport I have the privilege of living near, Newark International Airport. I was headed down to NC for a seminar at my college and brought my BJJ uniform with me to train with some buddies of mine while I was down there for the week. I had a carry-on and my martial arts uniform. Some lovely Polish gentleman started telling me he trained judo back in the motherland, and we are chatting about that. Another dude jumps in talking about his martial arts training too. Was a nice conversation. A TSA agent is calling people in line to get checked. She points to me and says, "How many people are with you?" I state that I am traveling alone. TSA: "Why are you talking to them then?" Because we are standing in line doing nothing. Why not talk to them? TSA: "If you keep talking to people you aren't traveling with, I'll kick you all out of line." Other gents: "We can talk if we want. There are no rules against talking to other people." TSA: "Keep talking and I'll throw you all out." She then separates us into different lines to get our tickets scanned, and afterwards we kept talking while staring right at her. She didn't do anything about it. Was a weird power trip. People are super weird. This is the first denial of service DOS attack I've ever heard of happening in person. You're a legend. Ha ha ha, this is beautiful. Only thing that would make it better would be if it was clear to the people behind you that it was this dumb agent's made-up rule that put them in this situation to begin with. About 10 years ago, when I was still working for a mobile phone company, I always had fun flying. Not so much when leaving. They were used to that at our home airport. Coming back there was a lot of, "Why the fuck do you have 20 mobile phones on you?" Quote, though. And requests like, "Please show me they work," can take a long time when they don't have stable firmware yet. I did the same thing at LAX when they told me 1 item per tray. I had been over and brought my travel setup, but that still consisted of a body, 2 digi-backs, 4 lenses, laptop, light meter, iPad and my phone. It wasn't as impressive as yours, but taking 14 trays in total pissed off the TSA supervisor, and they dressed down the agent, who repeated said yes I must when I questioned them 3 times to if they were sure. I look like someone who's a lot rougher than they are, so I always get pulled up at security. Yep. I had to unload a Pelican case full of electronics going through security in Barcelona. I think I required about a dozen bins for 2 laptops, 2 tablets, a portable monitor, 4 battery packs, some electronic tools, a couple of Pi-type devices, and a non-trivial assortment of network and power cables and power supplies for all of the above. The people behind me were cursing themselves for getting in that line. Although your particular circumstances probably didn't help, I can assure you the CDG security staff have always taken delight in ruining my day. I'm your average European male. Travel frequently and generally have everything prepared for security. Last time I got pulled aside for additional screening and nearly missed my flight. When I double-checked which way I should go after check-in, they sent me in the wrong direction. The 2 times before that they failed to put my luggage on the flight. In short, I think they just like fucking with you. I live in a very white country. One of my friends is black. When he flies, he gets to the airport 2 hours early to accommodate the random searches he will undergo. Long-time lurker. First-time poster. English not first language. You guys know the drill. Yeah. It means we're going to get better English than from most native speakers. Also, great MC. When I moved to America from my country, it was close to Christmas, so before I left, I stopped at a local crystal blower and bought a hand-blown lead crystal candy cane as a gift for a friend I would be staying with. Since it was so fragile, I put it in my carry-on so it wouldn't get broken. First X-ray at my home airport, it showed up as a solid black hook, lol. Had to unpack it and show the agent. This somehow got me put on the extra checklist, shoes and socks off. Wand scan. Pat down. I was cool with it. When I got to Newark, I had to do it all over again, LMAO. When I got to Norfolk, I had to do it one last time. I was glad I wore cute socks. When I read about the 8-hour increase in layover, I was so excited to keep reading. Excellent job at following directions. Man. Pre-COVID I had a year where I was flying every 2 or 3 weeks, and it always astounded me how differently each airport dealt with security lines. My home airport was built post 9/11 and was built with the new security systems put in place. They know their shit, clearly communicate, and get everyone through security in no time at all. Then I'd fly out of LaGuardia or something and they'll have 2 lines open for the thousands of people trying to get into the airport, with different people in uniform walking down the line saying the exact opposite things. Electronics in their own individual bins. But keep your laptop in its bag. Shoes will need to go on the belt out of a bin. Only your jacket can go in bins. Why are you sock-footed? We don't take shoes off here, you idiot. By the time you get up to the person checking your ticket and to hit the conveyor belt, you're so flustered you're ready to just strip down to walk through the backscatter in the buff. CDG is a crap airport with crap security, information, and assistance even when you speak French, and God forbid you don't. They totally deserved this. Good work never gets the credit it deserves. Good job. Frankly, they could do 1 layer of electronics in a tray, so there is no overlap. Love this story. My friend's husband was a TSA agent, so I mentioned to him that I got pulled for extra random screening often. Even though I have TSA pre-check and am a petite, middle-aged white woman. He said, "Nothing is random." I kept pressing for why they'd pull me, and he wouldn't divulge anything. He just kept repeating that phrase. He did mention that they look for cords that are still plugged into something, such as a battery pack or plug, because they look like bombs. Now I unplug and separate my cords from the plugs and battery packs and put them in separate areas of my bag. I haven't been pulled for extra screening since then. Ha! Something similar happened to me when I took a flight departing from Alicante, Spain. They told me to pull all my electronics out of my luggage and place them individually in trays. I was there for a good 10 minutes digging my JBL, Kindle, laptop, iPad, etc. while people were looking at me, pissed woman shrugging, light skin tone. On the other hand, security check from Amsterdam is the best. No need to take anything out of anywhere. Just put your luggage in the tray and pass through.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.